Hello Cancer, welcome to my channel. This is going to be your June 2023 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. We are going to jump straight in there after about 20 seconds of tuning in with the sound bowl just to cleanse the space. So if you'd like to take a nice breath in and exhale. Okay Cancer, let us see what June has in store for you. Right, I remember last month the reading was coming up with financial concerns, so I'm really hoping we see a change there. But let us see what the theme is first for you for the month of June. What's the theme for Cancer, please? We're using a major arcana here. Thank you. The Chariot. Okay, this talks about victory, triumph, forward motion, perhaps even travel. This is beautiful. This is a lot of victory coming your way. 7. 7 is a number of spirituality. Okay. Right. We are going to be using my deck. I'll be getting 3 piles. First pile, current energy. Then anything that's unseen, that's coming towards you. And then the final pile will be the outcome for the month of June. Oh, not taking jumpers. Ooh, that was a 10 of Cups, which is a pretty cool card though. I wanted to sneak on out there. Okay. Alright. I'll lay the cards out and I'll talk afterwards, right? 7 of Pentacles, the Emperor, Lovers, and then we have Judgment. Justice. Ooh, we got a lot of major arcanas here. Ace of Pentacles, change your finances. Then we have the 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords as well. And then we have the 10 of Cups. This card definitely just wanted to jump out there. So very beautiful. So definitely I can see as an overall energy over here. We got some decisions we need to make in June. Okay, you do have a new beginning. Finances will improve, but because you're reaching the end of a cycle with those 2 9s that are coming up, you're just so close. It is a natural ending, but sometimes when you feel, it's the darkest before dawn. So sometimes it just feels like it pushes you right to the edge, and then all of a sudden, yes. Okay. So starting off the month, we've got the 7 of Wands, the Emperor, and the Lovers card. Okay, so you are really not needing to be to defend what is yours, to protect what is yours. Okay, standing with conviction as it relates to forward growth and movement and what creation you want to, what happiness you want to create in the future. But it may require choice. We've got Judgment and we've got the Lovers card. Typically, Lovers is making a choice because usually there was a third party situation. Okay, so you are really taking. It's like you're not having any. You're not putting up with any shit. After last month being a little bit tricky, you are now in your Chariot phase. Now the Chariot phase is basically, she has a white horse and a black horse, okay, and even though she's masked, right, the black horse represents the darker side of us. The white horse represents the lighter side of us, but we both have both aspects within ourselves. And when you jump on the Chariot, you're like, okay, well, my light side has a free spirit, my dark side has a free spirit. But when I blend them together and allow them to move together, they take me on this trajectory. They move me forward. And it's like saying, I don't care how much it takes. I'm not going to pay any attention to my weaknesses anymore. I'm just going to pull everything into my boat and charge forward. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling with the 7 of Wands and the Emperor energy of like, I'm standing in my power now because I will not be a victim, and I'm going to fight for what I believe in to make the best decision or make the best chess move, because he's playing chess there, to create my pillars of foundation, to create my happy ever after, which is what that is. Okay, so let's clarify those. Okay, under the Seven of Wands, we have the Magician, Seven of Cups, and Four of Wands, yes. Emperor, we have the Three of Cups, the Fool, and the Queen of Cups. So the Three of Cups and the Queen of Cups. The Lovers, we have that Seven of Wands coming up again, Ten of Cups, which is showing up in the end, and the Empress. Yes, very nice energy, Cancer. So, what are you standing up for? You are standing up for your sense of freedom. It's like being that point where, no, I want to do what I want to do. Okay, Magician is, I've got the Magician, let me just show you this quickly. Magician, Seven of Cups, and Four of Wands. Okay, so what this is telling me is that you really are using all the energies available to you. You don't care what it is, and you're looking at the options. Okay, you're looking at the options. What represents my happy ever after? That is actually showing up quite a lot in this reading. What is my happy ever after? Your happy ever after is something that is going to create emotional fulfillment within your heart space, within your family unit, and most particularly in your sense of freedom. So when we think about the home, when we think about the Four of Wands, it's about kind of creating a better lifestyle for yourself that's a bit more balanced. Okay, and you are standing up for this big time. You're looking at all the options that are available to you because you know that you've got the energy to do so, because you're like, I don't even care. I don't care if I have if I sometimes piss people off, or if I can be a little bit emotional about things, or whatever the case, whatever so-called negative traits you see about yourself, you're like, you know what, I don't care anymore because I'm fighting for my freedom now. This is what it's all about. I want my sense of freedom. I want to choose what I want to do when I want to do it. Okay? Yeah, it's got quite a ballsy energy to it. With the Emperor, you really are making your moves now. You really are looking at the whole picture. It's like looking at the chess game all at once and kind of going, well, if I make this move here, make that move there, I can get there and win. Okay? And you are. We've got the Three of Cups, the Fool, and the Queen of Cups. So I feel like you are deciding to use what works best for you. I feel like you really are starting to use the resources that are available to you. Okay, because you are already looking at what represents your freedom, you are now surrounding yourself with either your soul tribe or the people, friends and family who've got your back, even work colleagues who've got your back, and you're like getting together and you are enjoying life a bit more, kind of going, you know what, I feel fired up to make a huge change to my lifestyle because I want more freedom. I want to feel connected and fulfilled within. And I feel like by surrounding yourself with beautiful people like that who love you and support you no matter what, I feel like it's going to really invite you and encourage you to take a leap of faith with the World card. Okay, feels to me like there's one person in particular, the Queen, related as a Queen of Cups. It doesn't have to be a water sign. This is a friend, family member, partner, whatever the case may be. This person is a very good listener. Person puts themselves in your shoes when you have when you talk to them, when you chat with them, they're able to see your heart. They can see your heart dearly. Okay, and it feels that that person is going to be even more what's the word, prominent, some P word, right, in your life. Okay, so that is really, really cool. I really, really love that because you really are stepping up your game now. Okay, now there may be a choice of where you decide to go. We've got this Seven of Wands, this Ten of Cups, and the Empress. So I feel like now you're having to make a choice. What is my passion? So it's all good and well to decide what it is you want in terms of, as a vague energy, in terms of I want freedom, I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and I want abundance, right? But the thing is now, well, how do I get it? Because the Lovers could talk about passion. It talks about passion. Sometimes it could talk about a significant other person as well. And so if you're dealing with, if you are coming to these ideas within yourself that you want to live life a bit sweeter or a bit more, you want to taste life a bit more, then you may be having to justify yourself to a significant other about how maybe your home environment. You might decide, okay, well, I want to change my home environment, but perhaps you have a partner that you have to present this to, okay, as an idea. Because the Empress card is there, it's telling me work with unconditional love here. Okay, work with your passion, but work with unconditional love. The Empress is extremely abundant card, very, very creative. So it may be that if you're having to win someone over, okay, to join this fool's journey for you, this new direction in your life, I think it might be a good idea to not only think about where the heart space is at and where everyone else would be happy, but also think about how you can monetize on that, how there is room for growth, okay? For others of you, if you're not needing to sort of check in with somebody else, this is about standing up for your belief systems in terms of where your heart is at, what your passion is about, and where your creativity lies. See, the Empress card, she births new things into being. Okay, she is in a creative mode. She is a master creator, and you've already had the Magician, so you've got all these energies fusing up in you. Okay, you are really raring to go, which is wonderful. If you have to present anything in court, perhaps for some of you, if you need to do a presentation or pitch in the workplace, or in an entrepreneurial new job in order to get funding to create a new position for yourself, these things are really, really supporting you as you start off the month of June. Okay, it's very, very exciting. But for some of you, you may need to make a decision. So if there's a big decision that needs to be made, then again, it's about looking at, okay, what is the energy I want? Sure, I want the freedom, but what does that represent to me? So you've got to kind of write your list, but then have your little subheadings and your subcategories as well, to give you just to give you a broad spectrum of which way you can manage it. Okay, so what you don't see coming in the month of June is we've got the Judgment card, the Justice, and the Ace of Pentacles. So what that tells me is you are getting a very promising answer to something that you've been waiting on. This judgment call feels like it's not a judgment call that you need to be making. It feels like it's coming from the universe through some other sector. So if it was a sort of a court case situation, you have a very positive outcome for you. But justice also doesn't always talk about the legal system, it talks about internal balance, karmic return. And what I can say here is you're getting a very positive karmic return, and it feels like energies outside of you are making a very positive judgment on you. Okay, this doesn't feel like a judgment you need to make. It's funny, this feels external to you but extremely profitable with that Ace of Pentacles. So let's clarify. So something really to be excited about for the month of June. Okay, Judgment, we have King of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and Seven of Swords. Under Justice, we have Six of Swords, the Moon, and yes, Nine of Pentacles. And then Ace of Pentacles, we have Five of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, so Judgment Call, it seems to me that this King of Pentacles feels like it's somebody else. We've got the King of Pentacles here, Two of Swords, and Seven of Swords, right? There you go. Right, the King of Swords feels like it's someone around you. This is someone else that you are aware of, that perhaps was a little bit unsure about which way to go. It feels to me that while the judgment that is going to be made for you, on behalf of you, in your highest good, may have been a bit of a tricky decision that needed to be made, or judgment. Feels to me like the King of Pentacles is finding a way around the situation that's going to serve you best. Okay, so if it was a difficult decision, for example, if we use the example of a court case hearing and I mean, obviously that's not going to resonate with everyone, but using it as an analogy, if the King of Pentacles was the deciding factor, or the person acting on your behalf, because it feels like it's acting on your behalf, if they were a little bit unsure about which way to go in order to get a fair and positive judgment, it feels like they're going to find a very strategic route around it. So it would be instead of doing it in a black and white way, they would do it in a way that was best served all. So an agreement before it reaches court. Do you see what I mean? So it's something whereby you're avoiding, because of the Seven of Swords, the story behind it is a guy who sneaks off in the middle of the night to he's a battle, and the enemy is in the distance, and he sneaks over to the enemy's tents and he steals all their ammunition so that they lose the battle, right? So in some cases it could be like, oh, that's deceptive, but no, it's strategic. He has just avoided bloodshed. Okay, so it's disarming something. So so it feels to me like any judgment that you've been waiting on, right? It feels like this King of Pentacles is someone in your sphere, someone who knows their stuff, okay, and where it might have been a little bit touch and go, they're finding a way to avoid conflict, to avoid confrontation, to avoid a difficulty, but that will still serve you in your favor. That's still going to be positive and successful. Okay? Now, with the Justice card, that's absolutely telling me 100% that you're going to win. Okay? Because we've got you moving into calmer waters with that Six of Pentacles. Even though you weren't quite sure what you're going to do with it, with that Moon card, and everything seems so uncertain, you move into the Nine of Pentacles, which is that independence and financial self-sufficiency. Okay, so if you were something, because we had this financial problems and concerns from the previous month that I'm still remembering about, if there was something that wasn't quite just in that situation, you're absolutely certainly going to get the balance from it. You're going to get that return to you karmically as well speaking. All right, then we have this brand new beginning, because you're like, okay, well now I'm starting to see my freedom lay out in front of me. I'm starting to see options. Okay, you were toying with options in the beginning of the month, but as a result of these good judgment calls that come on through, now you're like, there's an opportunity my way, and it could set me up. And this could be something I do for a very a very long time. Now, it's wonderful, but it may be that you need to cut a few people out of your life in order to harness something new. Ace of Pentacles can also sometimes be a new love, because we've got this Ace of Cups. So we have the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So it feels to me like you've got a brand new beginning on the horizon, which is really, really exciting. Okay? And it's kind of that thing of you're deciding to kind of go, you know what? I don't care what anyone else thinks, this is what I want to do. This is my choice. So even if you have, for example, say for example, as a new person coming into your life, a new love coming into your life, even a new friend, and perhaps your family or your children didn't like it. You're like, I don't care. I don't care. Because I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. That's what I want, my freedom, and I want my emotional fulfillment. Okay? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like, I don't care what the conflict is around me, and I don't care what other people's perceptions of my situation are. I'm not going to get caught up in it. I'm not going to discuss it with them in a way that fuels more of it. No. I'm following my heart. Ace of Cups. I want newness. I want new beginnings. I'm excited about the new direction I'm going in. And sure, it might ruffle a few feathers because it's a change to what has been. But I feel like you're taking the Ace of Cups and you're going, yes, please. Yes, please, it's my time. You know? So it's really nice. Then, as we move into the outcome of the month, sure, these decisions have been made. You've made those decisions. Those decisions have been made for you because you knew exactly where your focus was. Okay? Now it's just a case of closing things up. Okay? We've got the Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, and 10 of Cups. So it may be a little bit tricky in the sense of like, okay, well now the decision has to be made. Now we just got to get on and do it. And you may be feeling a little bit tired. You may be feeling a little bit worried about where, how life is going to look moving forward because of these changes. But ultimately, because the Ten of Cups has even shown up and came up in the pre-shuffle, this is talking about happy ever after kind of energy, right? So you've got to remind yourself that by the end of the month, when you feel like maybe even a bit broken, maybe a bit tired, maybe you've been on the road a lot, maybe you've been traveling a lot for work, whatever the case may be, know that you're reaching the end of those, and know that actually everything that you've done, even though you've made your decisions, you're so close to the finish line, okay? So close, you're almost there. So let's clarify. Remember, 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords. Nines in numerology talk about natural endings, okay? So if you feel exhausted by the end of the month, well, it's for good reason. You've been very busy, right? But the other reason is because you're actually at that finale, okay? It's always the darkest before dawn. If you're running a marathon, right? It doesn't matter if it was a 2-kilometer marathon or a 200-kilometer marathon. That last kind of 2 kilometers, or that last kilometer, no matter how long it's been for, is always going to be the hardest, because that's where you project your knowing of when something ends, okay? It's always going to feel the longest, but that's just how it works. It's a Tower and the 9 of Cups wanting to jump out of there, but I'm going to cut the deck. So that tells me anyway that your wish fulfillment is going to happen quite suddenly. Okay, 9 of Wands, let's have a look. Page of Pentacles, Justice, and 4 of Pentacles. 9 of Swords, we've got Knight of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and 8 of Swords, yeah. And then 10 of Cups, we've got Queen of Wands, Ace of Swords, and 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so under this 9 of Wands energy over here, we have, we would say, I would say, a type of payout, a type of helping hand financially as it relates to this justice situation, this deciding factor, okay? It feels a bit tricky, and there may be a bit of a delay, but you are now having to now you're deciding, okay, well, what do I do with it? Maybe I'm going to start to save up a bit now. Maybe I need to put it into a little nest egg for the future, okay? And it may feel quite tricky because all you want to do is enjoy it. For others of you, if it's to do with news about this new beginning, it may take a bit of time before you see that resolve, and therefore you have to be a little bit more conservative with your finances until things start to really take shape. What I'm really getting here is that even though things are improving for you massively, I feel like it kind of gives me the energy of, like, you know, sometimes those last 5 days before payday, and you're like, oh, I'm so close because I know I'm going to get a raise in, or something like that. It's that just keep on, okay? It's going to come in, right? 9 of Swords. With this energy over here, I feel like it's connected to that first one over there, where you're feeling like, oh, but I still don't have enough. You do. Just give it a little bit more time. You just have to be a little more patient. Don't get caught up in your head. For example, if you've been dealing with some sort of legal system or some sort of money that's coming from the outside, they could phone you and say, oh, we were meant to pay you this week, but we're going to rather pay you next week. And you're like, oh my God. Okay? Don't allow yourself to be caught up in that frenzy, okay? Because that's just creating more blockages for it to come in, okay? Just breathe through it and kind of go, okay, fine. I know it's coming. Do whatever you need to do until it comes on in, but try not to feel like it's trapping you, okay? Because your focus before was freedom. It wasn't money, it was freedom. Now, yes, we might need money for freedom. We might need money to allow ourselves to do what we want to do when we do it, but it's not the only thing we need. Okay, so if you can shift your ideas a little bit in that department, it's going to help. Now, 10 of Cups, which is this card, your Happy Ever After card, which is the card that you end June off. Flying colours. We've got the Queen of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the 8 of Pentacles. So what I see you doing here is you're like, you know what, I'm going to take the matters into my own hand. This feels like you are standing up in your power big time, okay, and you want victory, you want the truth, okay, you're having this aha moment, you're seeing it from a new perspective, and so you may be working a little bit harder into the night because that is your focus. Something with regards to the home and your sense of happiness and family unity, okay. So I feel like you are, even by the end of the month, if there have been a few delays that are causing things to just like elongate and energy, remember that it's still a 9. You're still at the ending, okay? It's fine, it's going to complete. But I feel by the end of the month, you're like, you know what? I'm standing up for what I believe in, which is what's happened twice already from the beginning of the month. You're like, okay, right, I'm going to do whatever it takes for this to happen now, okay? So for my happy ever after. So you really are like, I really love this, because sometimes when we feel lack mentality in any respect, it can cause us to kind of close up in our shell, which Cancer, you are the crab in the shell, right? You don't tell anyone what's going on the outside, but inside, right? That's when we have a lack mentality. We tend to kind of hide ourselves from the world. That's not happening for you this month. You're like, no, I know what I believe in. I know what I deserve. This is what I want, okay? And you are getting that anyway because of natural karmic balance, because you put the work in. But I feel like you're not allowing anyone to take advantage of you, okay? That's the biggest one I get from this. So, very empowering. Cancer. Let's see what Spirit has for you to close this reading off. What does Cancer need to know, please, for the highest good? Thank you. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, mystic, preacher, not preacher, teacher, and priestess. Okay. So this, for some reason, I'm really getting this idea that you've got your spirit guides are really kind of stepping in for you this month. If you have sisters, they're going to be supporting you. But the Sisterhood of the Rose is also talking about, like, there's your tribe. When I was talking about the Three of the Cups, you really call out, really reach out to not only spirit guides and your higher self, but also the physical people around you. Those who really have your back, call out to them. They are there to support you. Okay, they are there they are devoting themselves to you to help you, because what you are essentially doing is you're going against the grain. Okay, and that is, it's almost like I'm feeling like there's sense of admiration coming through, either from your spirit guides or from the people around you, kind of going, whoa, Cancer, check you out, like, oh, wow. Because as you do so, you are not only learning at a deeper level yourself, but you're teaching them how to step outside their comfort zone, and it's almost like fight for what you believe in, but not in a violent way. It's like push yourself outside your comfort zone to focus on the things that you really want, okay? So I feel like you're absolutely supported in the month of June, and there's just so much admiration for you in spirit world as well for you at this time, okay? And in so doing, I feel like you're going to start to get a few like intuitive hits, but not quite intuitive hits, more like, I would say, little aha moments as you go through the month. So I mean, that's just an exciting in itself. If nothing else happened this month, waiting for that to come on in, like, oh wow, I know this, or I sense this, or whatever, those sort of spiritual gifts, it feels like that's coming on through as well, quite strong, because you are in the driving seat now of your life this month, big time, with the Chariot card. So it's just awesome. So Cancer, that's all I have for you. Lots of love, good luck for the month, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.